Workout by Wilson.
Alright guys, we're gonna make a 30-minute yoga video. I know you guys can tell the videos I've been uploading lately. I've been uploading a lot lately, a lot recently. So um, I did my max pull-ups yesterday. Um, and then I also did like a back, chest, tricep workout on what's today? Wednesday. On Monday I did a back, chest, and tricep workout, and then I don't know what else I've been doing the dead hangs. I've been doing some leg work. I also did cardio, so I'm pretty sore today. I was gonna do a leg workout today, but then I thought about it. I'm like, you know what? Like, I wanna upload for you guys a lot of videos. I wanna kind of show you guys what I'm doing, but I realized that um, I'm trying to rush the process of me being where I want to be, whether it's me being able to do 20 pull-ups, or me getting in better shape, or me getting stronger. I need to kind of slow down and make sure I'm recovering properly, eating properly, resting properly. So that's why today I was like, this is the perfect time for me to do a yoga video. This video is going to focus on a lot of things. I'm going to try to see if I can make it focus on my upper body, um, obviously my legs, and try to get some endurance in there as well. Kind of a mix of everything. So let's get started here. So another reason I'm doing this video is just to relax. I've been working a lot as well, just in general. And I know, like I mentioned before when I did my other yoga video, yoga is one of the best workouts to meditate, to relax, and to de-stress. So I would actually say that's the biggest reason I'm doing it. So for you guys too, um, my subscribers, my other YouTube followers, do yoga just as a good meditation and a good way to kind of get rid of all the excess stress.
Alright guys, so what I'm doing here is just starting with a stretch. Um, and most of this yoga session is actually going to be a lot of stretching. So it's like a yoga slash stretching session, just because I was pretty sore, like I mentioned, from the week and the workouts I've been doing. I did the challenges, um, pull-ups, dead hangs, abs, a little bit of legs. So this was mostly focused on just me kind of recovering especially specifically my upper body. So I'm starting out with just this stretches, basically hand getting my hand to the floor, reaching back up, and what this is working is my hamstrings, my back when I'm doing this stretch where I'm on the ground, when I have my hands to the ground. Um, it's also working my calves for some reason. I don't know why. I don't know if it's supposed to be normal to doing it. Pretty sore, like so, like whatever position I'm staying in, it's because I'm feeling something. I'm like, oh, I gotta stay here for a little bit. I think over here I was feeling my calves, my hamstrings, my back, my arms. That's why I have my arms interlocked. Like, I'm trying to stretch out my shoulders a little bit, my belt, my crab. Basically stretching everything. I'm also doing the neck rolls just to loosen up the tension, core, I kind of stretch everything out and loosen everything up and warm up. So that's kind of what I'm doing. Um, That's one thing I said about yoga before is that it's something that I like because I ease into it. I don't have to start out and do something intense or intense stretch or intense pose. I can kind of just slowly get into it, make sure I feel right before I go into the intense stretches and poses. So I'm doing this again, um, just getting my hands in the air, bringing them back down. What this is doing is just, like I said, I'm pretty sore in my arms, so I'm kind of repeating these stretches to uh, get a stretch in my shoulders, my delts, my hands, my biceps, my triceps, basically every area. And this I'm reaching behind my legs and doing this again. It's like an arm basically. It's like stretching out my triceps, my biceps, my shoulders, my back, obviously my hamstrings and legs. So it's kind of just doing whatever's making me feel good and what I feel like what kind of stretches I currently need. This again is helping with my delts, triceps, biceps, all those areas. I'm reaching behind again because my arms are pretty sore, which is it doesn't seem like a big stretch, but I'm pretty sore, so I'm definitely feeling it. Reaching up above in the air to stretch out my lat area slash my chest area, and then reaching down. When I reach down, I actually feel it in my chest a little bit too. Like I said, I'm pretty sore, so I'm kind of feeling it everywhere. And then now I get into the downward dog. This I'm feeling it in my shoulders and my back, my hamstrings, my calves, basically my almost my whole body. So that's why I stayed in this pose for a little bit. I think at this time I'm staying in the pose to feel it in my shoulders and in my calves, and specifically my calves and shoulders and my arms. That's where I'm feeling this the most right now. So kind of stretching in this to loosen my calves up. My calves were pretty sore too, were pretty tight. So I get back up slowly, kind of just making sure I'm extending the stretch, um, and staying down to feel it in my shoulders again, my chest and my arms. And then I reach back up. This stretch I'm doing where I go up above it, like it kind of stretches my arms out, my shoulders, feels my upper chest. And then this is kind of my shoulders reaching to one side, my triceps. It's kind of loosening my arms up, my shoulders, my side abs, and everything. So like I said, this is a yoga session, but it's also kind of a stretch. Um, it's not necessarily I'm doing the regular yoga poses. I kind of created my own um, stretches and kind of did it my own way. I usually get into like the downward dog, the flows, the vinyasa flows, and stuff like that. I decided this time that I kind of wanted to create my own sequence. So that's kind of what I'm doing. Like whatever I'm feeling needs to be worked on, I'm kind of working on that. So reach my arms back up again. Get back down. And you guys can follow along. That's kind of why I'm speaking as I'm doing this. So get back into the downward dog. I'm holding this downward dog for a while. Just making sure my back, shoulders, hamstrings, calves are really loose. Like I said, I'm pretty tight, so if I'm holding something, it's because I want to stay loose. And then I kind of reach my arms to the floor a little bit and come up, get my hands up in the air again. And then I do the rotation, side rotation, hip rotator, kind of just to stretch my back out. And then now I do the arm crossing, just stretching my triceps a little bit more, my chest. My chest is pretty sore, so stretching my chest. I had done some trap extensions, some tricep extensions, some lat pull downs. I'm kind of stretching out those muscles as well. Get back into the downward dog. Stay there for a little bit. Again, I'm feeling this in my shoulders. Feeling this in my hamstring, my calves. My calves at this point were still pretty sore. That's why I'm kind of staying down here. And then I start reaching my arms to the floor just to get a little more stretch. See, as you guys can tell, I'm getting more flexible as the workout goes on. That's kind of the reason, like I said, I was kind of staying in these poses for a long time just because my body was pretty tight. I'm kind of loosening it up slowly by slowly, but I don't want to rush into any poses or any stretches. I kind of want to make sure I feel good before I kind of do anything intense. And then reach back up my arms, bring them back down, and then go back down into the stretch. And then this time when I'm down, when I have my arms to the floor, I kind of spread my legs out and then look underneath. This one is stretching my hamstrings, my calves, my side legs, which I think I call IP bands, my basically everything, my shins, my side leg. I already said my back, my arms. When I'm doing this, I'm feeling it in my arms, kind of like below my shoulders, and then into my chest, my pecs, my pec muscles, but also kind of below my pecs. So basically, again, almost everywhere. I don't know necessarily my abs, but almost everywhere else. And reaching out, this is feeling my shoulders, stretching my arms out more. And then again, with my legs spread out like that, I'm feeling it in my hamstrings, my inner thighs, my outer thighs, my my lower legs, and then reaching out to stretch my chest. So I mentioned this is mostly a chest yoga sesh. So this is stretching out my chest, my pecs, opening up my chest. And kind of looking up in the air, looking at my left arm while my right hand is on the ground. And then again, this time put the left hand on the ground, reach your right hand in the air with your legs spread out, and then look at your left hand that's in the air. This is stretching my chest again. Sorry, look at your right hand in the air while your left hand is on the ground. So stretching my right chest, my right pec, and my shoulders as well, or my trap muscles. Basically, it's stretching a lot of things. So this time I actually reach my right hand to my left leg, touch my feet, and then reach my left hand in the air, and then just now have both my hands on my left foot, and then stretch it that way while my legs are spread apart. This is stretching everything: my back, my legs again, my shoulders, kind of stretching my right side of my back too, my lats, my right side of my lats. And then again, get my left hand get my left hand to my right leg, and then put my right hand in the air, stretching my right pec or my left pec. Sorry, my right pec. It's kind of confusing myself. And then this time, reach both my hands to my right leg. and get back up. Now go into the warrior one pose with my basically my legs in a lunge position with my arms in the air and my right knee up in the air still, not touching the ground. So my left leg forward and hold this position. I think I held it for about 20 seconds, 20 to 30 seconds. This is stretching my quad muscle, my hips. I think it might be even a little bit my hamstring, my glutes, and then now get into the warrior two, which is kind of the same position except you put your outside your leg that's behind you, kind of face it forward instead of facing in, and then you look forward. So this is also stretching my quads, but it's also stretching my inner thighs. Um, Definitely my inner thighs a lot. So basically, you have your left leg forward with your right leg back, and then get into the lunge position still. But then this time your outside leg or back leg is kind of facing forward. So do the other position this time. So your right leg forward into the lunge without touching the floor, and then put your arms up in the air. This is called warrior one pose. Hold it for 20 to 30 seconds again. So kind of you guys can tell I'm getting more into the regular yoga poses. I kind of started out with my own poses and my own stretches, just to warm up, just to kind of let my body warm up. I wanted to make sure I feel good. So again, this is stretching my quads. And then I'll get into the warrior two pose, which stretches more my inner thighs, but still my quads. My outside leg is kind of getting stretched with the outside thigh, as well as the shin, outside shin, and the inner thighs. So with the warrior two pose, you have, for right now, I have my right leg facing forward, my left leg facing back, kind of in a lunge position, but your left leg that's back is your foot is facing forward instead of facing in. That's how it gets the inner thigh stretch. And then get into the split leg position, bring your legs back in together, and then reach your arms in the air. I think this is called a tree pose. Hold that for a little bit. This is stretching my inner shoulders, my chest, my lats, my abs, my outside, my obliques, my shoulders I already mentioned. And this time do kind of the stretch behind, reach your arms behind your head. This is stretching my triceps a little bit, my shoulders again. And then this time hold one arm, hold your elbow with one arm while your arms are still back. Stretching more of my tricep, feeling it a little bit more, and my shoulders. Kind of getting everything, to be honest. Anything in the upper body to be specific. Reach my hands back up in the air. This time I forgot what this pose is called, but get one leg into your standing leg. So stand straight and then put one leg on your. So specifically right now I'm putting my right leg onto my left knee while I'm doing the namaste. So hold this. This is kind of working on my balance. I think I held this for 30 seconds, maybe less, maybe 10, 15 seconds actually. So this time I have my right leg on the ground, put my left leg on my right knee, and then do the namaste. Closing my eyes, working on balance. Hold it for about 30 seconds. I had to adjust my computer, my laptop. I have a timer on my laptop, so I want to make sure that I can see how much time has passed. reach back down to the ground, stretch your hamstring out, get into downward dog. When I'm doing this downward dog, I'm also kind of doing the walking downward dog where I'm just shuffling my legs a little bit. Get your right leg in the air. Sorry, your left leg in the air while you're in the downward dog. Get your left leg up. You can tell I'm pretty sore. I can barely get my leg up. And then this time get your right leg in the air in the downward dog position. Get your right leg up. Bring it back down. Get your right leg up again, or your left leg up while you're in the downward dog position. Hold it. And then get into this stretch. I don't know if you can see it. I kind of go back. I think it's called the pigeon pose. That's what it's called. It's working on your what do they call this? Your hips. So it's kind of getting your hip stretch. This pigeon pose. You kind of basically I brought my right leg up forward. Put it in a crossed position while my left leg is back. Got into kind of the splits, and then while my right leg is in a folded position. So it basically works your hips, your hip flexors, your hip muscles, stretching them out. You can either keep standing up in that cobra pose while you're doing that pigeon pose, the hip flexor, or else you can go down, get your head to the floor, stretch it out a little more, get back into the downward dog position. This time, get your right leg in the air while you're in the downward dog position. And then do the pigeon pose on the other side. This time do the pigeon pose with your right leg. So your right leg comes forward. Bend it, fold it, while your left leg is back in a split position. And then bend your right leg, fold it. And then you can either stay in that cobra pigeon pose, or else, which means your chest is up, or else go down and get a little bit more stretch in your hips. Get back into the downward dog position. Right leg back in the air. Get your right leg forward. Get back into the warrior one pose, which is the lunge with your arms in the air. Hold that. And go down into an actual lunge with your foot on the ground, or your knee on the ground, which is, so your right leg is forward, your left knee is on the ground. So I needed something to hold my knee because my knee was hurting. And then I forgot what this pose is called, but basically it's stretching your quads a lot. You reach back with your right hand, it grabs your left foot, and then brings your left foot forward onto your back, onto your butt, so that you get a really good quad stretch. Also kind of getting that right hand stretched out, the right chest. Didn't hold it for very long, kind of like for 10 seconds probably. Get back into the downward dog position. Get your left leg in the air in the downward dog position. And bring your left leg forward into warrior one pose again, or the lunge, with your left leg forward, your right leg back, and then hold it for a little bit, and then get your right leg on your right knee on the ground while you're in that lunge position. So kind of like a split, but not really. And then this time, reach your left hand back to grab your right foot to stretch that quad again, kind of stretching your chest and your arm a little bit as well. Hold that for about 10-15 seconds. Okay, get back into that downward dog position. Bring your legs forward. And kind of go on the ground. I'm going to do some stretches on the ground. So lie down on the ground with your back on the floor. Reach your left knee, bend your left knee up, and then have your left knee go to the right side. So this stretch is stretching your back, a little bit of your chest maybe. So like your left knee goes to the right, and then you face your head to the left. Face basically your head to the other side. Now what I'm doing here is straighten out my left leg, while it's still going to the right side in the twisted position, and then my right leg, I bend it. It was already bent, but I bend it, and then I grab it with my left foot. So my right leg, I grab it with my left foot. Sorry, my right leg, I grab it with my left hand. That's what I meant to say. So stretching out a lot of muscles, my quads, my hips, my hamstrings. So this time, bring your right knee to the left side. And then grab your right leg, your right foot with your left hand, facing to the left, and then your head should be facing to the right, to the other side, and then grab your left foot with your right hand. So your left foot should be bent. Again, really good stretch for your back and your legs. So now we're going to do a back stretch, kind of doing this rocking back and forth until I get able to have my feet behind my head. So reach my feet up in the air, have them go behind my head, hold that for a little bit, stretching my back out again. Hold it for about 15-20 seconds. And I don't know exactly what this is stretching. I always know it's a common pose in yoga. But just have your feet go in the air this time instead of behind your head. And then support your body by putting your hands behind your butt. Okay, so we didn't hold that for that long. So now this is going to be a chest stretch. Just get on the floor. Have your right hand to your side. And then kind of twist so that you're facing to the left, and then have your left leg go over to the behind your right leg, so you're stretching your right chest area by doing this twist. The explanation might be kind of hard to explain, but if you're watching it, you kind of pause it for a little bit or just kind of watch and then try to do it. So this time you um, put your right leg behind your left leg, kind of basically, and then straight stretch your left chest out. Twist to the right, with your left hand to the side. Hold that for about 10, 15, 20 seconds. Okay. So now we're gonna do some leg stretches again, some hips. I did a lot of hips. My hips were pretty sore. This, even though it was a hip stretch, it was also working on my arms still. That's why I kind of have my arms crossed. So, I forgot what this is called. I think it might be called the model pose. I used to do this a lot when I ran. Or this might be the model pose. One of them is the model pose. So basically, this I have my left foot forward. I grab my right leg, cross it over my left foot with my right leg in the air, or my right knee up in the air. And then you can also twist a little bit more by extending your hand over your leg that's up. So this time, grab my left foot, have my right leg on the ground, grab my left foot, have it cross my right leg, and then grab my left leg with both my arms over my arms, and then to get more intense and get a little back stretch as well as arm and shoulder stretch, have my right hand go over my left knee and face to the left. So again, stretching my back, stretching my hips, my shoulders, a lot of stretching. So now just reach over to touch my toes. So this is working my hamstring, my back. This is a good for back for sure. My shoulders as well and my arms. Kind of hold that for a little bit.
Guys.
So I think that's where the workout was done.
30 minutes.
But then I decided that I wanted to do a little bit of abs towards the end of this yoga session. I noticed that a lot of yoga instructors, like when I used to do yoga regularly, they would always have abs towards the end. So I don't know if there's a reason for that, but if any of you guys know, you can comment that. I just thought it would be good to add towards the end. So this is called a boat pose. This is a 3-minute ab session. Okay, bring your legs up. Instead of the half boat, that was the half boat. This is the full boat, I think. So basically, a boat pose is having your legs up in the air, your back in the air, while your butt is on the floor, and then you're working your abs. So your back is not touching the floor, your legs are not touching the floor. Okay, that's 1 minute. Now you're gonna do a side plank. So you're starting to your right side. And get your foot in the air. So starting to the right plank. So your right leg and your left elbow is on the floor. Put your left leg in the air. Hold that for a minute. You can tell it's getting pretty hard. I was actually surprised I was able to do it for a minute with how sore my body was. Okay, now switch to the right side or to the left side.
Into the side plank on your left hand, whichever hand you're currently
and get your right leg in the air. Get your left elbow and your left leg on the ground. So this makes it a little bit more challenging. I think I actually almost gave up a little bit. I couldn't see the timer, so I wasn't sure if I was done yet. So I looked down and realized I had like about 15 seconds left. Get back up. And I was pretty tired already, so I was struggling to hold it anyways. Okay, and there you go, the workout is complete. The yoga session is complete. Enjoy, guys. Have a blessed day.
Bye, guys. That was it for the yoga session. Namaste. If you guys want, you can do what they call it, a resting pose for a little bit. I just don't want to record that. I might do it as well. I just don't want to take up too much time.
Workout by Wilson.